Well, today, look at these. Today we are going to make homemade giant beef ribs. They are very big, aren't they? Barbecue sauce. We're going to do our own barbecue sauce. We're going to cook them up, put them in our cast iron pot, finish them off in the oven. Oh my goodness. You got to stick around to the end of this video because there's so much good things that are going to be happening. Say, I'm Chef Don McMillan. Been cooking most of my life. Started with my mom. Was able to work on a lot of different ships and yachts. Traveled to many different ports of call all around pretty much the world. Spent a lot of time in Asia, going through the Indian Ocean and traveling just about all those places, and every time I went to a port of call, I checked out the cuisine. Why not? I was cooking, right? I'm interested in food. So I was able to work with some of these different chefs in different parts of the world. They showed me some of their tips and techniques, and I'm going to share them with you. That's why we're doing this video, because I've got all this information up here, and I'm going to put it out there so you can get it, right? Any comments, put it below in the comment file. Let's share some information. Love to do that. And by the way, while you're sharing, you got to subscribe and share with your buddies. Share with your friends, your families. Tell them, hey, Chef Don is doing some neat things. Check it out, okay? And of course, hit that like button. We really would like you to do that too. Let's go ahead and get started. Look at these beautiful ribs, huh? All right, I'm gonna flavor these ribs. I have obviously salt and pepper, the universal seasonings, okay? Some cumin, and some chili powder. Now, if you're a little bit dangerous, you can add some more spice in there, but I got some spice coming up in just a minute. So let's go ahead and mix all those together. And then, check this out. We're gonna season our ribs, look. Season the ribs, season them all the way around. That salt is gonna be just sticking in there. Yes, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna flip them a little bit because I wanna season them all the way around. I don't wanna miss anything over here, folks. Okay, let's go ahead, let's season this. Yep. And I still have some more seasoning left, so let's go ahead and do the back of the ribs as well. That's where that fat is. So these are beef ribs, and they are just going to be so tender and delicious. All right, one more time. Look. I know you're gonna tell me I missed that part, so I don't want you to see that, but here we go. We're gonna finish off with the rest of our wonderful seasoning here. I can just smell, I wish you could smell it, because it is so fragrant. Freshly ground spices, oh yes. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is brown them off a little bit, because I want those seasonings to sink in, right? So let's put a little bit of oil in here. I got a little bit more oil. Turn my heat on. Be sure the fire is working. And now we're going to dredge them in flour. That's going to help seal in the flavors, okay? So while the oil is getting hot, let's go ahead and place our ribs. I'm going to place them in the bowl. Take some flour. Look at that, just dredge them. You don't need a whole lot of coating, but also this flour is going to help make our sauce too. It'll make a nice thick sauce. All right, there it goes. And we'll do the next one. Put the flour on that. And some more. So this is all-purpose flour, and it works really well to seal in the flavors, give it a nice coating, as well as I said earlier, thicken up our sauce. Look at that brown. See, this is what I'm talking about there. Get a nice color on your meat. Nice seasoning. And you want to season it all the way around, all the different sides. Okay, so our ribs are almost browned off. Let's go ahead and get our vegetables cut up because we are going to cook them along with the ribs. going to give it so much great flavor. I have here some carrots and onions. So let me cut the ends off. I don't want those in my dish. And we're just going to give these a kind of a rough chop. See, I just turn it around like that. I don't want them too small because then they'll disappear, and I don't want that to happen. So these are just some carrots. I peel them, and we just give them a little bit of a rough chop. We'll take some onions. Cut those as well. Cut them in half. And I'm going to just peel them and then kind of maybe quarter or six. Just like that. Again, I don't want them to disappear in the dish, but I do want them in there because they will add a lot of flavor to our ribs. All right, the other one. Great. Now, we'll take the ribs out and we're going to saute our vegetables to introduce them to all this great flavor that's down in here. Okay, so I took my ribs out, I looked in the pot, and there was some excess fat. Obviously, the ribs had some fat on them. Hey, that tastes good, right? Fat tastes good. I'm not going to get rid of all those little bits and pieces because that's going to make our sauce, but I'm going to get rid of some of this fat that's in there. Now, of course, you can leave it in there, but I personally think that it just needs to come out. I don't want it to be too greasy. At the end, of course, when you take this out of your oven, the fat will come to the top and you can just spoon it out, but I'm spooning it out now. Okay, there. Yeah, that's enough. Good. So I take out some of the excess fat and let me go ahead and start the fire again and place in all these great vegetables. Look at these wonderful vegetables. In the pot they go. They're going to brown up. Sugar's going to come out. And then we're going to add some more goodies to them as well. Because I have here some tomatoes and I have some garlic. And look at this. I told you I wasn't going to put any heat in the beginning because I'm going to put it in now with my some chipotle peppers. But they're going to go in there in just a minute. Let's go ahead and brown up our onions and carrots. These are going to make such a wonderful sauce. And of course, this sauce can go with so many other great things you have. You're going to cook, maybe have some rice, okay? It would go great with that. And you can even save the sauce. And I know you're going to add more food back into it. For example, if you wanted to add some vegetables, then you would have a nice chipotle barbecue sauce to go along with your vegetables. All right, look at these vegetables. They're browning up beautifully. I'm going to add some garlic. I've got my garlic pressed right here, and we're going to go ahead and press in some garlic and then let it cook for about a minute. You don't want to let the garlic cook too long. As I've already told you in my previous videos that we don't want to burn the garlic, but we do want the garlic in there because we want the flavor, right? And as you can see, I'm using a lot of garlic, okay? That's okay. I can be forgiven for that because we like that flavor. Okay, just a couple more. And let's get all of it right in there. Give it a stir, cook it for about maybe a minute. Just heat up the garlic, just get some of that essence, that flavor coming into it. Look how beautiful this looks. The vegetables are perfectly caramelized. It picked up some of the wonderful flavors from the beef that had stuck to the bottom of the pot that now is part of this. Okay, so now hook it up with some more flavor. tomatoes. Canned tomatoes, or you can use fresh tomatoes. That works just as well. Chipotles. Now, this is like 1/4 of a small can of chipotles. If you are a masochist, go ahead and use the whole can, okay? But I'm only going to use like 2 of the peppers. Chipotles are smoked jalapeno peppers with a beautiful barbecue sauce, and we want the sauce in there as well. Okay, so don't rinse off the peppers. We want that smoky flavor in there, in our dish. Stir it in. And now I need some stock. So I have some beef stock. And that goes in as well. That's going to make our sauce so perfect. We are going to hook it up just a little bit more. I have here a lime. So I'm going to cut off the ends. And then using my juicer, I'm going to go ahead and juice these limes. I'm going to put them right here with I'm going to get all that sauce from the chipotles in there. So you see how I do one side and then flip it and then get the other side? This way I get the maximum amount. Look at that. The maximum amount of juice. So 1 lime juiced. And the fresh lime, believe me, adds so much more flavor to your dishes. All right, now we stir that up, and in the dish it goes. Whoa, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, we're going to add our ribs right back into the sauce. Right in there they go. Make them happy. Yes. They're going to be just cooking up to perfection. I'm going to turn them a couple of times just to be sure that they're introduced to all of that sauce. And we're going to cover it. So you need a tight-fitting lid. And then we're going to place that into our oven at 350 degrees and let it cook. So when you cover it, you're going to get like a nice soft, slow cooking in there. And it's going to just make these ribs just so tender and perfectly juicy. So here's our lid. And we're ready to go into the oven. Well, it's been 45 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Steam. Look at these ribs. Oh, man. Look. Fall off the bone meat. Look. These are so good. I'm just going to place them here on my pan. Oh, they're just begging to be eaten. Don't they look delicious? Yes, let's get one more. And look at this gorgeous sauce that we have in here. It is so good. Oh my God. And look at it. Hey, if you want your pepper, we got it right in here. Let's put it on the plate. Yeah. Put that there so we see it. Okay. I got to do a couple of things more. So let me just put this down here. And that is, we want to go ahead and garnish our plate. So first of all, let's get out some of this wonderful, look, this beautiful liquid in here, carrots, onions. I'm going to place it right here on my pan. And then we're going to garnish it with some fresh cilantro as well as some lime slices. Yes. So, oh, yeah. There's some more here. And there's that other pepper. Let's not hide that. Let's take that out too. That chipotle. Good. So, what I want to do is take some cilantro, and the stems have more flavor than the leaves. Can you believe that? But I'm going to go ahead and chop them all up together. Stems and leaves. Now, I rinsed them off 3 times. 3 times because they grow in a sandy soil, and you don't want sand in your food, do you? Okay? So I rolled them up like this, and then I'm just going to give them a good little chop here. And come back and chop this way as well. So we have some cilantro, And then also some lime slices. So let's go ahead and garnish with cilantro first. Okay, and then I have my chili powder, and just look at this little trick I have, my lime slice, and just kind of dip it in like that, look. Just like that. Just on the edges. So I'm gonna get all four corners over here. And there you have it. This is my version of giant beef ribs with a wonderful spicy barbecue sauce, great vegetables to go along with it. It is really a great meal. So you definitely want to subscribe, hit the like button, share. We'd love to have you share. And we also would love it if you would hook us up on Patreon, because we're going to give you exclusive content. You'll see all of these videos before anyone else sees them. Give you some behind the scenes action. You like to know all about those types of things. And we're going to do it all without any ads. And then this is just so good, just begging to be eaten. But as always, when you're cooking with Chef Don, our recipes are simple and delicious.